everybody, welcome to another vlog. I realized I don't really introduce myself all that often, and there have been a few new faces. So hello, my name is Maria. I live in wonderful, today very sunny Glasgow, and I do all things knitting on this channel. I design knitwear myself, and I love to knit and share the process. And if that sounds like something you would enjoy, then maybe come and join the Wild Knits gang and hit subscribe. Today we are starting off slowly, as we do on most vlogs. I am just in my local park enjoying the first day of spring. We have arrived. It's the first day of spring. I couldn't be happier. The sun is out. It is chilly, hence why the hat and the big fat coat, but it is lovely to hear the birds, to feel warmth and sun on my face, to see all the beautiful flowers that have come out, and I can just feel summer is on its way, and I'm so happy about it. I've just taken my morning walk and had my favorite beverage, which is the same that I had the last time I vlogged, I think, when I was ill. It's just a bit of lemon, ginger, turmeric, and some black pepper and a little bit of sugar to make it palatable. But I really enjoy it. So I actually wanted to take out my knitting, but I figured it's a bit too cold to sit and knit. Although in the sun it's actually fine. But I'm currently knitting another Refuweegee hat, which is this hat. And I'm at the point where I need to do the decreases, so it's very technical, and I need to sit down and count and put stitch markers in place, and I thought that's not the right thing to take out and do on the go. So the plan for today is to actually get some organizational bits for my office. Well, it's kind of my crafting room now that I've got a sewing machine, and there's lots of sewing bits around, mostly fabric, and I have nowhere to store it, and disorganization is driving me crazy. So today I'm going to go to IKEA and I'm going to get a little shelving unit thing just to be able to store some things in. It's not too expensive, it's small, and it's sort of flexible, so I think we can use it in future as well. So that's what I want to do today. I also need to charge my car, which is great because IKEA has a fast charger. So I think what I'll do is go in the early kind of lunchtime, maybe around 11, and then I can have lunch there, charge the car enough, and get what I need. And then we can put it together. And I can tell you a little bit more about what I've been up to these last few weeks, but just a little bit. I think for now I'm just going to enjoy the race a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to head home and start making our bread and pizza dough for the week. But just let's chill and enjoy the sunshine a little bit more together. So nice. If the big loud truck weren't there, it would almost be peaceful. So while I'm walking home, I thought I could tell you about a little giveaway that I am running at the moment. As you might know, I've released the Refuweegee Hat Pattern, which is this hat, last October. And all the proceeds from this will go to our Glasgow-based charity, Refuweegee. And they help forcibly displaced people find a warm welcome in Scotland and Glasgow. All the sales from this pattern between October last year and March, so just a few more days, will go to Refuweegee. Plus, people have made Refuweegee hats, which they've donated, and they went into welcome packs for new arrivals, which is so sweet and so generous. But to sort of thank everybody for their support and love that they've shown, I wanted to run a little giveaway, and some of my fiber friends here in Glasgow have kindly donated some items, and so we've put together a little set with which you could knit your own Refuweegee hat if you wanted to. But it's just a way of saying thank you to everybody who has supported this, and to be honest, to create a little bit of buzz around it, to hopefully get as many people as possible aware of the pattern, aware of the cause, and get people buying. So if you're interested in entering the giveaway, head on over to my Instagram. I'll pin the post to the top. It says giveaway right in the title. You can't miss it. And then you can enter it. All the details are in the post. I would really appreciate if you could share the pattern and maybe consider buying it one last time, because we only have a few days left until all the money will be donated to Refuweegee. Thanks to everybody who has supported it so far, and hopefully you will consider sharing and entering the giveaway. Good luck. Okay, I'll head home now. Little curveball. I just got the worst quick oncoming period pain. So we're gonna wait with the bread and we're just gonna sit on the sofa, start the decreases for the Refuweegee hat and watch some Kardashians and wait until the painkillers kick in, and then we can make our bread. Okay, so that was crazy painful, but the painkillers have sort of kicked in now, so I'm feeling better. It's quite late already. I didn't want to leave it that late to go to IKEA, but it's okay. We can start the sourdough at least. But look at this. Oh my goodness. This is very active and the lid's popping. Oh my god. I hope it's not going to explode on me. Let's see. Okay, this is good to be used. Okay, I should have used a bigger jar. Use a bigger jar than me. Slightly different angle today. I'm going to start by adding 350 grams of lukewarm water. And then I'll add my 100 grams of starter, my super active starter. And I'll just use a fork to sort of mix it all up so that it starts to combine. And then I'll add in my 450 grams of strong white flour and another 50 grams of wholemeal flour, strong wholemeal flour. And that is the recipe for the basic country loaf, which I've got from Tartine, the Tartine baking book. And this will now be combined. I like to use a fork to just bring it all together so that there's no more lumps of flour anywhere. So everything just has to come together a bit and no more free floating bits of flour should be seen around. And once that's happened, all I'll do is I'll use a plate, put it on top, and I'll measure out the salt that will go into it. And since this is 500 grams of flour in total, we'll need 10 grams of salt. And the Tartine book tells you to dissolve it in 25 grams of the lukewarm water. So we basically held back a little bit of water to help the salt dissolve and help it evenly kind of disperse in the dough later on. And then after half an hour or so, I'll come back to it and I will just add in the salt. I'll mix it through by hand, just a little bit, just so that the salt's mixed in. And then I'll put it into the Pyrex dish with the lid on top. So yeah, let's go do that. Okay, this will just go to rest now. Okay, so that's my sourdough resting now, and also my pizza dough, which I've quickly whipped together. The thing is, it's already quite late now, and I didn't want to leave it so late to go to IKEA and have lunch there and all of that. So I think what I'll do is just have lunch here and then go to IKEA just to grab what I need, just because it would be so late coming back and I have to do some other work today as well. So I'll just go and show you actually why I need some storage and how my crafting room has changed. So let's just go. I'll show you the view from the door so that you can kind of see. So as you can see, there's been a lot more stuff added to it. I've got my ironing board kind of out permanently at the moment because it's just a really nice area to lay things out and just another additional work surface, but also I need it so much for all the sewing that I'm doing, so it doesn't make sense to constantly put it back into the closet, bring it back out again. So that's why it's kind of become a permanent fixture in this room. But my husband's a cabinet maker, so we've been talking about maybe adding in something flexible here that we could easily adapt and adjust because we do want to move soon. So it doesn't make sense to fix something in place that's just for this space. But if it's flexible, I don't feel so bad about spending a bit of money now to have an extra space here. And I would love to have something that doesn't have legs right in here, because it means I could add some more storage below. And then over in this corner, I have my sewing machine with a little cover that I've made for it. And then my overlock machine. They're fine sitting here. This is a really sturdy cupboard that's fixed to the wall. So that's okay. I just need to make a cover for the overlock because it gets very dusty in these old houses. Over on this side, I still have my chest of drawers with all my yarns in. And I really like that system. I want to keep it that way. But this is a perfect working height to be doing things on. So what I would like to do is remove the lamp and all the other bits that are on top of it. I could keep the yarn swift and the winder, but I want to free this up to put a cutting mat on top of it, because I'm doing a lot of like small thing cutting right now, and it would be great to have a space like that to just do all of that on, which is easy standing height. That takes me over to this corner now. And this corner just kind of has become a bit of a dumping ground, and I just put whatever needs to be out of the way here. But I think it'd be a great space to add a little bit more storage for all the fabrics that I have right now and all the other bits and bobs for sewing that I can't store in any of the other spaces. So that's the goal for today. I want to get a little IKEA unit. I forgot the name. I'm going to put a picture in here. And I think it's just easy because it's flexible. You can get bins for it that are different sizes, and it's not too big. So I think it would even fit into the next room that I move into. But I might have a little look around IKEA because there were a couple that I've seen online which might work for the space. So we're going to have a little look. Something else I wanted to show you, which I so love. It's one of my favorite things that I've bought since starting to sew again. Woo! How cool is that? It's a little takeaway cup, but is it? No, it's a bin. It's like a little desk bin, which I use for all the threads that I constantly have to cut off. And I just love it. It's so nice. It's so neat. And it's housing all my little scraps and threads. So I just have that behind my sewing machine whenever I have it out. I found it in TK Maxx, so maybe not something that you can get everywhere, but it's good fun. Oh, maybe I can tell you the company. It just says it's made in Korea. That's all it says. Made in Korea, mini coffee dustbin. Oh, I also have my little pegboard looking really cool and like fully used right now. This is so useful. My husband made that for me. So his company does a lot of these kind of pegboards, and you can get different kinds of pegs from them for it. And then I've got my tracing paper on top, embroidery hoops, black overlock thread. I've got some of my tencel yarn there. And then I have bags hanging from these sides. But I absolutely love it. It's so useful. And this is the pile which needs to go into drawers. I cannot let chaos like that into my creative space. So yeah, that is my little office right now. It's definitely growing, it's adapting, it's changing as my interests are changing. To be fair, I've always had a love for sewing. I started sewing before I started knitting. And I think in 2010, I started sewing like properly, and I made myself my prom dress, which was awfully constructed. There was no YouTube that I could consult back in the day. But I just had fun, and I was so proud of making something myself. So I don't know how I've lost that love and that zest for it. I don't know why I've kind of given it up. So it feels great coming back to it. It feels really good to start it back up. So I'm really glad that my family all chipped in and got me a lovely sewing machine. I think I've got a few more minutes left until the dough needs to be stretched the first time. And in that time, I'm just going to make some lunch. So let's go. So I was going to tell you what I've been up to the last 3 weeks. Besides Emma getting a bit ill and doing work for Lydia, which I always do every week, I have been working away on a little idea that just literally came to me that I all of a sudden, like, I felt so passionate about, and I really, really, really want to bring it to life. Don't want to go into any detail of what it is just yet, but that has been consuming my energy, and that's why I've not been posting any new videos or have been knitting all that much. I know in my last video I showed you how I sewed together a little sample of a design idea that I had just to check the fit and see whether the measurements that I want to go for will actually give me the look that I imagine. So I decided to push that project, and in order for me to basically have enough time to develop this other idea that I have, this little passion project that I have, I just needed to make time for it, to test some things out and really give it a fair shot. And I'm feeling good about where I'm going. I'm still not 100% there with like the first phase of this new project, but almost. And so I think I can now let other things back into my life and just get on with like the normal work that I wanted to do. So basically I sacrificed one release to make room for that new project, but I'm really excited about it. There's no timeline yet or anything like that, but once there is, I'll let you guys know. And it is definitely something for you guys. It is something for the knitter. But yeah, I don't want to give away too much just yet. It's still my precious little baby. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my avocado on sourdough, and then we're gonna go to IKEA and hopefully still build the little IKEA drawers. Anyways, too much chatting, Maria. Too much chatting. On we go. Let's go. Typical. When I arrived, the charger was in use, so I couldn't charge, and then now that I've put everything in my car, it's free again. The car really needs a charge, so I'm just going to go to a to a big supermarket across the street. I know they have a Starbucks, so I'm gonna get a coffee and also have a little look for some Easter bits for Emma, and then head back after like half an hour or so. Okay, well, that was good. I actually managed to get Emma's Easter present, get her an Easter egg, and also managed to get myself a coffee. But it's gotten so warm and hot. I'm sweating. This jumper is way too thick now, and the car's probably heated up because it's been out in the sun. But yeah, car's charged almost 60%, so that's nice, that's fine. I think I'm just going to head home now. I do need to do 1 or 2 more hours of work for Lydia today, but first let's head home and get changed. It's so warm. Okay, a bit high. It's been a few hours. I've done some work. I've also had a lie down. This period is kicking my butt. But I want to attempt to build the unit. I've got a little bit of time left, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll have to abandon halfway, but we're gonna see. Oh, she's heavy. Oh God. What else is there in here? Let's see what the instructions say. Oh, I'm gonna need tools. Oh, I don't know where we have any tools. A screwdriver, pencil, and a hammer. Let's try and find one. Be right back. I found my grandpa's old screwdriver and I found my hammer. So we should be good to go. Oh, sorry, this button keeps popping up. That will be changed in the final pattern. Okay, right. Step 1, take the big bit and put the wooden thingies in. So yeah, it's finished. It fits into the space really nicely. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the little card that I have, but I like it. The unit really fits nicely with the height of the other chest of drawers that I have. So that's a really nice harmonious flow. And it fits the lamp, and then we have a little Wi-Fi extender, so really pleased. Thank you guys for following along. I am happy that I got that done today. I actually got a lot done today, despite having to camp out on the sofa for an hour. So I am going to start editing this vlog now so that you guys see it in time, so that you can still enter the giveaway. So just a reminder, it'll be on until the end of the day on the 25th of March. All the information, everything is in the post on my Instagram account. I'll leave the Instagram handle down here. It's just at Wild Knits Glasgow. So please consider entering, and please consider buying the Refuweegee Hat Pattern if you haven't done so already. It's a very simple knit, but it does a lot of good. So let's get a last round of fundraising for Refuweegee in. Thank you guys for watching, spending the day with me. It's not been a lot of knitting, but it's just been, sometimes it's just life. It's just a bit more chatty and a bit more other bits. I hope you still enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon in another video. So until then, bye!